Okay, we have here, we will talk about the specific parts in a more detailed manner. Here we have the flash hider. All modern machine guns have that, the old ones don't. It enables the weapon to be fired at night without blinding the user. It's not really so much to hide the flash from your enemy, but it is designed to prevent the shooter from being blinded by the flash. That fact that it also hides the flash from your opponent is secondary consideration. Basta what is important is that the shooter does not get blinded. Okay, this is the barrel. You have your front sight fixed. Notice the difference. The old machine guns have the front sight on the receiver. This one is on the barrel, like with the M60. This is the carrying handle. It's not always in this position. You could actually fold it down. Then we have the feed cover here. It is opened by squeezing a lock here. There is the feed cover. Much more durable than the one in the bigger gun. Then we have the slot where the ammunition is fed here. And then one thing nice about this weapon is that it just does not use belted ammunition like this. In an emergency, you can use the magazine. Insert the magazine here. It has a port for that. Slam, and you can use it. Okay. This is a characteristic copied from the M249 of FN. The Koreans were able to get it right very well. Then we have the safety switches here, trigger, pistol grip, and then the disassembly notches. Okay. It is issued with a sling, a very good one at that. And then this is one of the easiest weapons to disassemble. I will show you how it is field stripped. Okay. Initially, you check that it is empty. No? There. Then push out. You can pull out on this disassembly pin here. It is knurled to allow easy turning. There. There. With that out, the buttstock folds. Okay. Now, to remove the whole thing, you want to remove the farther field strip, remove this pin also here, the second pin. It's knurled also. It has checkering, so you can pull it off. When you pull it out, the stock is removed. Then you pull out the trigger assembly, and then the spring, the recoil spring there, and then open, pull out the bolt there. This is the bolt. This silver thing is called a piston, no, gas operated. Now last but not least, switch, hold on to the carry handle, remove barrel there. So the main components of the saw: butt, barrel assembly, bolt and piston assembly, recoil spring, trigger group, basic receiver. Okay, so it is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. Easy to clean, easy to take apart, easy to put back. To return, just insert, switch here, barrels back. Then we put back the trigger assembly and buttstock there. There, and then with that back, you put back the bolt assembly, just slide it in. There are grooves to guide you. Push all the way, press on the trigger so the bolt goes all the way forward. Insert the recoil spring. Push. There is a notch here that you can align it with. There. Then Goes back, push. Close. You're ready to go. With the weapon fully assembled, there, cock the bolt, insert ammunition, cock the bolt, push it forward, aim, and press trigger. That's it. So much for the K3. Now, as previously mentioned, this has been in service for just over a year, so there's not much really experience yet. But so far, the reports have been good, no? And then, looking at the simplicity and strength of the materials, I have no reason to think why this should fail anytime soon. So I hope that we will not be disappointed with this as the future moves on. Before we close on this K3 weapon, we'll talk about ammunition. Okay. Now, a nice thing about this weapon is that the use of the 556mm cartridge has allowed its weight to be dramatically lessened. And then, in order to make up for a smaller cartridge, the bullet has been redesigned so that it penetrates a bit better than the usual M16 ammunition in 556. If you will notice from this ammunition, it has green colored tips. Okay, what does it mean? The green color indicates that this is what is called an SS109 bullet, no? Among the Belgians, they call it the SS109. The Americans would call that an M855. What the green tip means is that it has a steel penetrator inside. Instead of just the usual copper jacket and lead core, it has a steel penetrator inside to enable it to penetrate better. This is a 22 caliber bullet. The steel penetrator is 10 caliber in size. It makes a small hole, but it makes a small, deep hole. Compare that with the 7.62 caliber ammunition of the M60. As you can see, it is much lighter and much smaller. So something has had to go. You had to pay a price for this, and the price was that this did not penetrate easily. That is why they developed the green tips to try to chase the penetration capability of the 30 caliber. And while they did not exactly fully compare with it, it's a good penetrating bullet in its own. Now, the biggest advantage of this is that whereas if you can carry 300 of this ammunition, you can only carry 125 for the same weight. No? So you ask any soldier which would he like, stronger ammunition or more? Most of the time they would choose more. Because while this is a small bullet, it's also very effective against humans. Okay, so much for that. We'll talk about its feed mechanism. As you can see from the M60, it feeds from loose belts. No? You can hang it around your chest or whatever. It is not a good thing to carry these things into battle loose like this, because it allows dirt and other dirt to accumulate and maybe cause malfunctions. As part of the improvement is that they designed a container for the ammunition. This plastic box holds up to 200 rounds of 556mm, and when you open it, there, the ammunition is there. So you could actually pull it all out this way. Carries 200 rounds for the same weight as less than 100 of that. Here. Okay, lighter weapon, lighter ammunition means more ammunition can be carried by the soldier. Okay, so I think that ends our episode for today on machine guns, and I hope you learned a little. And I find this topic very, very interesting, especially from a mechanical point of view. And it was nice for the 78th Infantry Battalion of the Philippine Army to allow us to inspect and talk about their weapons, and for that we are very grateful. Thank you.
That's it for this episode of On Sight. See you next time.